Hey guys, my name's Josh. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start reading devotions to you guys. I read them the night before, record it, and put it on YouTube for you guys in the morning. That way you can find out what you need to know during the day. Maybe you don't have time in the morning to read it, but I'll be done in like no more than 5 minutes, guaranteed. So you can be able to listen to me and listen to what I have to say. Everything I have comes from my devotional book, which is right here. It's Uncommon. It's a daily challenge by Tony Dungy. You can see right there. It's a great book. You need to get it if you have time to read. I don't mind if you don't subscribe. It's okay. I don't care. My goal here is to at least reach one person a day, be able to help them out. So let's get started. 2 Corinthians 9:6-7 says, "Remember this, a farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop, but the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. You must each decide in your heart how much to give, and don't give reluctantly or in response to pressure, for God loves a person who gives cheerfully." Other people have heard that God loves a cheerful giver. Everyone says that. It's said in the church all the time. But let's think about that for a minute. If you give without hesitation, if you give according to your heart, give according to what you feel you should give, you're not just helping that person. You're going to be helping yourself. You're going to be blessing yourself because you're being obedient. When you're obedient, your spirit feels better. Your spirit man does. So listen to this. When you give your tithes and offerings, you're listening to God. You're giving according to what you're supposed to do. Tithe being at least 10%. Offering being whatever you want to give, $1, $10 more than what you normally would than your tithe, whatever it is. It could be more than that, it could be less than that. It's all on where you're at. But here's the thing: if you don't sacrifice something, if you don't give out, if you don't give yourself away to help people, I'm not just talking about tithe and offering. You don't reach out to help somebody, you're going to turn into that stale person that you see on the street. It just happens like all the time. It's without question, without argument. You see that one Christian guy or woman that walks around, all stuck up and stuffy and angry at the world. They weren't born that way. They didn't get that way when they became a Christian. They weren't obedient. They didn't give cheerfully. They didn't give their time. They didn't invest their time into someone. And you see that person on the side of the street, looks like they're having a bad day, and you may know them. Go up and talk to them. All the more reason you should go up and talk to them. Find out what's wrong. Maybe they don't want to tell you. Prayer goes a long way. Say, hey, well, you mind if I want to pray for you? Even if they're not a Christian, you can be like, hey, what helps me out is if I pray to God. I believe, and it doesn't matter if you don't, but if you want me to pray for you, I can. Who's going to say no? If they say no, it's fine. But what are you going to lose? Someone says no to you? Ooh, they think I'm weird. Get over it. All right? You need to go out and you need to help somebody, because not only does that help them, it helps you. Their weakness is your strength, and their strength may be your weakness. You don't know what's going to go on. People who don't understand that, maybe you struggle in a certain place in your life, even as a Christian. I'm not perfect. You kidding me? I have a lot of stuff I struggle with. But you got to be able to branch out and help people in the places where they're weak at, regardless of how you feel. There's days I don't want to talk to anybody, but I know there's someone out there, a few friends come to mind actually, that need help constantly on a daily basis, or did at one point need help constantly on a daily basis, and they get the help they need, not necessarily because of me, because I was obedient. So now they're at a place where they don't need me to talk to them every day and see how they're doing. Not that I don't like them as a friend, but maybe I'm busy, and they check on me too. You see how that works? It's not that hard. Take time out of your day, like you're doing now, the 5 minutes, like I said that we would do, and take 5 minutes to talk to somebody else, maybe a minute, maybe in between there, maybe more. You never know. You could just go to lunch with somebody, buy lunch for somebody. A farmer who plants his seed sparingly gets a small crop. Understand that. But a farmer who gives out generously casts his seed on good ground, casts his seed out to where he can, where it's going to be used. He gets a larger crop. He gets a larger blessing, a larger inheritance. It's not necessarily talking about just in this life. It's talking about when you get to heaven, what God has for you. All right. So take that to heart and use it today.